Hello and welcome back to Nat Scrubs. My name is Natalie Koenig and I am a close to my heart maker and a paper crafter and all those good things. Today we are working on a day, oh no, she's forgotten already, day 10 of Christy's Beautiful Life's 30 Days of Sketches, and the sketch is up there smack bang in the middle of the screen for you. Lots of bubbles and things around there. If you don't know about Christy's Beautiful Life and the 30 Days of Sketches, please go to the description where you will see more information about. There is a whole playlist, there's lots of information. You can go along and play on the Facebook group, or you can just sneak in there and have a look what everybody else is up to. Now on to what we're doing today. Today I am working with some digital elements to bring in to the page that I would like to create. It is the In Full Bloom collection, which was right back 18 months ago probably now. And I've bought some of the elements in. I've chosen the ones that I want, which is basically those light globes and that banner. You can see I have a 12 by 12 kind of guide. That's the word, Nat, guide there that I am using. And I want to use that so that I sort of get an idea for how big I have those lights. Now, they're representing those kind of bubbles that were moving around the page. They're not going to be coming out the bottom like they were on this sketch, but I'm okay with that. It's just inspiration after all. And if you're listening to this, or if you're watching this, if whatever you're doing, sketches aren't there to be met by the millimeter. They're there to give you inspiration. They're there as a jumping off point. They're there as something that you can do. Otherwise, we would all create identical pages and that wouldn't be any fun. The fun is seeing where it takes everyone when they're creating. Now, I am onto footage here and I have cut out those little globes. The little decoration, the little filament piece and the top little part of it, and then the little wire that goes up, I have cut out onto some double-sided sticky tape onto black cardstock so that I am not getting having to glue those little pieces down. I loved this Full Bloom collection. I actually have a full collection left over, and I've always thought that it's going to be my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So keep watching, guys, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, because that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for 1,000 subscribers to give that kit away. It was a super popular kit, and I've hoarded one away. I got really close to grabbing one out. Now, if you've watched my last video, I've done a whole new light setup. I've done a whole lot of work on that. And having done that, there's some things I did wrong, like filming this section where I did the background. So I actually blended the background with the Capri. Actually, no, it was Salty Ocean. I used the Distress Oxide and a little bit of honey butter. And then I did splatters all around. And that created the background of that particular piece. I'm now coming in to do the border. Now, I've learnt from my mistakes. I'm going to let that border dry, because when you blend and try to stick something down to fresh blending, it doesn't stick. So, hey, here's me learning. And I'm going to mat up this photo, and I don't know why I cut that and cut it again. Who knows? I'm going to triple matte this. So I've got a little piece of white, which I hope gives the photo a bit of a pop. And then I have the yellow and blue. Now, you might be asking, why did I choose the yellow and the blue? I have taken my inspiration from the photo. You can see even on her dress and places, her dresses reflected the lights in the background when this photo was taken. Now, this photo is adorable. It was near the end of the night. Catherine, who is the bride, had been dancing, and then what had happened was that they were going to take some more photos outside, and Mitchell, which is the lovely groom that is there, he was putting her shoes back on for her. How sweet. So that was the story behind the photo, but I have taken my inspiration from that blues that are in there, and there's a bit of yellow in the background. Now, right at the start of the video, and I don't expect you to go explore all the way back there, you could see I did swatches of different colors to pick out which ones were going to match the best into that. You might see me bring it in again at some stage here. I was trying to figure out a background paper for this. I did have it on dark, thinking that dark paper would pick up, but it just made the rest of the photo look flat, or the rest of the layout look flat. So I am going to stamp my own. Now, I had that one piece of the In Full Bloom collection left. It wasn't from the collection I was hoarding. I do have that one piece left. It is a piece of the bulk paper that I had, and I was thinking about using that, but the greens are a little bit different and the yellows are a little bit, the greens are actually more to the blues, sorry. The flowers are more to the green side than the blue. So that's why I decided I'm going to stamp something similar. I do like the fact that it had some interest going on in the background. So I just went and I grabbed a few flower stamps, some from the In Full Bloom section, some from the It's the Little Things collection that we had earlier this year, and I just stamped those around. Now, you could do that with any bloom stamps that you have in your collection. I find it easiest if I start with the largest flower that I have and then I move down from there, because it's easier to fill in the little areas of roundabouts than it is when you have a big flower left over. So just a tiny weeny little tip if you are out there trying to create a hand stamped background. Here, I'm just going to mat it all up on just a smidge of black. So I think it's even smaller than 1/4 of an inch. And the nice thing about that is if you have hand stamped something, then taking off even a little bit of around the edge actually helps with that not looking like you have tried to put stamps in the right position. It's quite strange how that it actually does help the look. Now, I did pop just a little bit of blue in some of those so that the complete background paper that I made wasn't solid white and black. And of course, I forgot to do the edges, so I am going around now and I am doing the edges of the layout. It got all crooked when I did that after I got it on nice and straight, so I'm now going to have to go on and just do it again. So I should have just taken it off and blended it. You know, life is. Here's that hand paper. Now, that paper it didn't really show it. It is a printed paper, but it's got a little bit of stone in there, and it's just a very small pattern on there, very, very light. And then I just added those colors over the top, so it worked really, really well. Here I'm going for where I am putting the pieces, and you can see at the moment they're really hard to see. One, because they haven't got these little details on there. Now, I'm going to stick that on. Now, there's only double-sided tape on one half of this banner. I'd forgotten I'd only attached it to like the 4 inches that were up the top, so I have to glue the other end down. You know, such is life. And then we're going to start looking at putting these pieces on. Now, I do a whole lot of jiggling and juggling, which doesn't end up mattering one tiny little iota, because by the end of it, only 2/3 of these little light globes go on. I do bring in another element and swap that over. And I'm trying really hard to figure out which light globe goes to which little piece of hardware, for better word of saying it. Now, at the moment, you can see they don't really look even like globes because I haven't blended the outside edges, and when I do that, they will stand out a little bit more. At the moment, they just look like, I'm not sure what they look like. They just don't look like anything much at all, really. So now, while I'm blending them, you see they'll just pop a little bit more around the edges, and that will help the whole image look a little bit more put together, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. It just makes it better. Here I'm going and I'm kind of trying to see what arrangement I am going to put those in. Now, that banner, after YouTube's all finished, it's all photographed and everything's done, will have the date of the wedding put on there, or something else that the bride and groom, if they decide they like these particular layouts, they will get first choice of all of the wedding layouts, except for the one that I made of my daughter right at the start of the month. They're not getting that one. But anyway, that's against the point. But they'll get the choice of any of the different layouts they want, and then anything else will go into my albums. They may not want any, you know, I won't be offended either way. But this is like a little, I think it was a stamp of the month, the messages in the bottle, and I was thinking that it had this cute little sparkle thing. You can sort of see it sitting down there next to the stamp pad, and I was thinking about using that, but then there was this other hanging heart, and I thought that would look really cute with the images. Now, the one thing that I kind of went, oh, dope, right at the end is that heart probably should have been down about another ½ inch, an inch. It's too far up. It's too close to even with the banner on the other side. I do half fix that up. There we go, right there. But I think I even come back in and glue them on in the wrong spot, and then have to move them again. But where it was, it just drew your eye across. It didn't actually help you move your eye around the photo. I've cut some very thin slips so that I can have those lights run all the way to the top, because of course nobody wants them to run only, you know, 5 centimeters or something up. So here we go. We're going to bring them in, and I'm using my T-ruler to help me get them straight, especially for the bits that go right from the bottom up, because it becomes very noticeable when you have 2 lines running in the same direction up the page, and that one is crooked or a few mil out from being straight. So it is really, really, really noticeable. I do have to continue drawing the little line for the heart here, and then I kind of stuff it up and have to do a little bit jig there, and then bringing in this last little line. And the one from underneath the photo there, so it looks like it's traveling underneath. And you can see there that yellow one is way too high. It should have been way down further, and I will come in a second and I will hopefully correct that from memory. These are some film strips. They're not close to my heart ones. I am trying to get into other bits and pieces of my stash as well and use all of my stash. And I just thought I would tuck these in either side, and they'll help bring a little bit of that black through where there's black in other little elements around the page. And I will add a dot or two here with these hearts and bits and pieces as well. I think this is about where I start to realize that I've put that globe on way too high. And I will have to figure out a little fix. So you'll probably see me go do an old doop moment. There we go. And I just tuck that back over the top. It might be 1/100 of a mil skinnier than the other one, but it's very hard to tell that they've been joined together. And now I sort of and about those hearts on there and what's going to go in that corner with the hearts, and whether I want that. Now guys, I do take this off. Should have I left that little piece of black up the top? Because now looking back at that on the video, I'm like, why didn't I leave that there? Anyway, who knows? So I'm just looking for little elements, guys. I've gone through a few of my different embellishments here, and I've tried a couple of hearts and little bits and pieces, and I'm just trying to find something that will elevate the page just a smidge more. And I don't think I end up going with much here. I think I bring those hearts back and I bring in some enamel dots. Sorry, my son is doing an amazing job at editing the videos. If you have been watching the other ones, he's getting really good at it, and he's really quick. He's much faster than me, probably because I and ah about what I should take out, and he just goes for it, has them done awesomely quick. So that's just a little tag that says I love you. So that's just adding just a tiny little bit of yellow there, and I can't remember if I leave that on the page, and I try to put a little bit of blue there too. So I feel like it looks like it's just a bit empty there. So I put glue on it, so I must have left it there. Let's see. What are we doing? Come on, Nat. Figure it out. And I've added those little black hearts and now into the acrylic dots. And so I'm using the yellow ones here, and I think I come through and use some blue ones too, but I'm not entirely sure. Yes, I do. There we go. Good memory, Nat. And those. So we're really close to the end, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Please consider liking. Please consider leaving me a comment. Let me know what you think I should or shouldn't have done. I love to hear everybody's feedback. And hit the subscribe button, because that definitely helps us to keep making videos. I hope you've had a wonderful day, and I hope to see you tomorrow, guys. Take care and see you on the next one. Bye.